Hello, Beth Barrett here from FamilyNesting.org. I'm speaking today to accompany the blog post that I wrote for Divorce Magazine. The link should be below this video, um, in which I talk about the fact that, surprisingly to many people, nesting may actually be a way to save your family money after divorce. It can be a cheaper option than you may originally realize. When I first wrote an article for the New York Times about my family's nesting situation, I was stunned at the number of comments that were along the lines of, oh, that must be so nice for the 1% to be able to do, which made me laugh because if you saw how I live and my wardrobe, you would realize that I'm far from the 1%. And I think what made people get this idea in their head was that they were envisioning the traditional scenario of divorce of each parent establishing their own, full-sized house, and then we were also keeping a house for the kids. This is not at all how nesting works. The point of nesting is to keep the children in the family home, whether it's one that you've had all along or something that you decide to set up, specifically for this purpose, but to keep them in a centralized location, which means that all of the things you need to support raising children, in our case, we have 3 children, 3 boys, who require as much stuff as any other average American child, I imagine. Their personal belongings, books, art supplies, sporting equipment, technology, clothes, food. I'm sure I'm forgetting many other things, but that's all just centralized in the family home. We aren't trying to duplicate it in 2 separate homes after divorce. Nor did we need to set up another large home for either my ex or myself because we do not need to have a home that can support raising 3 children. It just needs to be the size and have the amenities that can support one adult, fully functioning adult as we are. So what we did initially was share an apartment that we were never in at the same time. And that's what set us off kind of down on this nesting path, is because we did that initially thinking that it would just be a cheaper thing to do until we figured out what nesting was going to be like for us. What we realized was that it was making sense, particularly for the children, for them to stay in their own home, but also for us financially. And even though we did eventually move to each having our own apartments, these were both small 1-bedroom apartments that did not cost nearly what it would have cost to buy a second home and to fully furnish it and duplicate all the things that children need in 2 separate homes. So that has been part of the reason that we've been able to maintain this for so long, over 6 years now, is that we've found that it works financially for the benefit of the family. And our situation has evolved, and I've written about that in other blog posts here on Divorce Magazine. So you can see some other options of how people have pursued nesting. And I think the point I want to make is that do not be deterred because you think it's going to cost your family more money. I think if you just do a little back of the envelope calculations, you may find that it actually could be a way to save money, whether you decide to do it temporarily or do it for an undetermined amount of time, as we are. And so, yes, it benefits the kids, but I think that you'd find that it would benefit the whole family scenario as well. So I hope you enjoy this piece, and if you have questions or would like to learn more, please go to my website, FamilyNesting.org, and subscribe to my mailing list, or feel free to send me an email. I'd be happy to discuss the situation with you more. Best wishes. Thanks.